When you
Call the Common Council back to order. I will ask the clerk to call the roll to determine a quorum.
Alderperson Probst.
Here.
Ranky.
Here.
Rote.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Barzak.
Here.
Chapletsky.
Here.
Lysick.
Here.
May.
Here.
9 present, none excused.
We have a quorum. We will start with the Administration and Finance Committee. Alderman Vitale.
Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, I've come to address my resolutions and amendments during recess for members of the Administration and Finance met. And one item going to be read separate, item 9. So I'll move for item 7, 8, 10 for approval. There were two amendments, 7 and 9. So there were two amendments. Mr. Mayor, I should move for approval.
Second.
There is a motion and a second by Alderman Lysick. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, the next item is item 9, a resolution, support relative to Wisconsin Department of Transportation, DOT, Transportation 214-218 Alternative Program TAP Award Cycle towards West Dallas Cycle Bicycle Share. Mr. Mayor, I should move for approval.
Second.
There is a motion and a second by Alderman Probst. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
No.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
8 in favor, 1 opposed.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Vitale. Next, we have the Public Works Committee. Alderman Barzak.
Mayor Devine. I would like to bring your attention items number 13, 14, 16, and 17 on tonight's agenda. They've been adopted by all 5 members of the committee. I move for adoption of the committee's report.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderman Ranky. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky. Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
Then I'd like to bring your attention to item number 12 on tonight's agenda. The committee 4-1 moved to place it on file. I move that we place item number 12 on file.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Alderman Weigel. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Vitale?
Yeah, the reason to promote myself to introduce this ordinance in God we trust. I was approached in Seattle, Washington by this councilwoman that she'd been actually pushing, which many states already and community or municipalities already, they do display the in God we trust. So, and sometimes then I kind of digest and deep thought in relations. Every time we have our common council meeting, we always use the word under God. So the word is used within our system over and over. So we use the word all the time. So what I'd like to read to you, the phrase under God was added to the pledge by Congressional Act approved June 1954. At the time, President Eisenhower said, In this way, we are reaffirm the transcendency of religious faith in America. So the heritage in the future is this way we shall constantly strengthen those spiritual weapons which we forever will be our country's most powerful resource in peace and war. So the fact it is that, this country was created based on faith and background of religion. People came throughout the world and made America. So the word "in God we trust" is being the motto of this country. So to me, if there's some questions of legality, or maybe somebody can considering suing some municipalities, as far as I know, based on some of the records that I had from this lady from California, from this councilwoman, there's been not a single lawsuits within our country, people raising questions for any governmental building showing "in God we trust." And I felt we could have ourselves logo attached to that. To me, that's a good cause. To me, it's a good thing for us to consider it, but I understand it was placed on file. There was no action taken upon. So, I have to go along with the consensus of the Public Works or the Common Council by voting tonight. So I hope you guys will reconsidering it and for further discussions. The cost is very minimum. Already I checked with Public Works. That's less than $200. If you go with the bronze finish, or we can go with the wood grain finish. So those are my comments, and I feel strong about it. I always, myself, I took a pledge, in 1972 to become a citizen. So I always been a loyal to this country from day one. So that's why I feel strong about it. To me, religion in any parts of this country is being the motor of the welfare of any of us, really, within any states, communities, and countries. To me, that's what makes this country what it is today. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Are there any other questions or comments on item number 12? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
No.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
I know he's gonna go.
8 in favor, 1 opposed.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor Devine. That is it.
Thank you, Alderman Barzak. Next, we
I know
have
he's
the
not going
Safety and
anywhere.
Development Committee, Alderman Lysick.
No report this evening, Mayor Devine.
All right.
No report this evening. We'll move
I know
on
he's
to
not going
License and Health
anywhere.
Committee, Alderman
So I
Chapletsky.
just forget about it.
Alderman Chapletsky.
Sorry.
Paging Alderman Chapletsky.
Mayor Devine.
Thank you.
I'd like to bring everyone's attentions to items number 22 through 31, 38, 39, 40, and 43 on tonight's agenda. These are various license and communications and reports, either voted for approval subject to necessary requirements, or to place on file, with the exception of 41 and 43, which were voted to deny. I'd like to move for the adoption of this portion of the committee's report.
Second. There is a motion with a second by Alderman Weigel. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion
And
carries.
we have item number 42. This is, was voted by approval by 3 members, with 1 member voting no. I'd like to move for the adoption of this license and this part of the committee's report.
Second.
There is a motion with a second by Alderman Barzak. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Reinke.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
No.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
8 in favor, 1 opposed.
Motion carries.
And then I want to do something I haven't done before. Item number 40 on tonight's agenda, this was a license which was voted for 4-0 to deny. And after re-going over it and looking at it, well, first of all, we got to make the motion for the adoption of this part of the committee's report.
Second.
Okay, there is a motion and a second by Alderman Barzak.
Okay, discussion.
Discussion.
Mary, do you want
Discuss.
Okay, I voted no along with everybody else, but then after reconsideration and looking at her, further looking at her record, I think I misread something here. She had, in 2004, 2006, obstructing an officer, resisting and obstructing an officer in 2006. There was a possession with no prosecution. There was no disposition on another paraphernalia. And basically, her biggest violation was she drove here with a car with a suspended license, which, you know, is serious. She is not obeying the rules. I understand that. But I think that maybe we're a little bit too harsh on her, and I'd like to assure my colleagues I'm not suffering from Sing-Stock syndrome. But I think that I'll be voting in favor of it when it goes around, and I would like to encourage other members of council to show a little compassion and vote in favor with me.
Who are you and where did you put Alderman Chapletsky?
The motion was to deny, but I'm hoping I can get enough votes so we can change this to approval.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Alderman Barzak.
I was one of the persons that voted against it, and I can't remember which council member or which committee member asked her and said, it was Alderman Weigel, asked, did you drive here tonight? And she said, yes, I did. I said, do you have a driver's license? And she said, no, I don't. And at that point, when we took in the past, a lot of them were dropped, but she has a THC felony was dropped. Possession, drug paraphernalia was dropped, retail theft was dropped, all these were dropped. And then she drove here. At that point, we asked her about her responsibility. And if you're going to be a bartender, along with bartending comes responsibility. And if you can't even, that little part of the law that you don't have a driver's license, and now you're driving here to get a license, and you can't even show that little bit of responsibility to have someone drive you down here, at that point, I felt, how are you going to obey the laws of the land or of tending bar, serving, when you can't even obey the law of driving? And at that point, she said, you know, I can't. I said, if you reapplied and came in here and were perfectly fine, and then she made the comment, I don't need the license anyways. I wanted to do this for 2 months, so by the time I do that, it'd be over anyways. I don't even need it. And she walked out crying. And she did end up calling somebody, getting a ride, and I think her car is probably still out in the parking lot. I think there's some responsibility you carry when you have a bartender's license. And when you show up driving a car without a license, that to me was enough to say, really? And that's why the committee at that time unanimously voted no against it. So I still will vote no on this particular license.
Mayor Vine.
Alderman Chapletsky.
I just want, you had said if you come back in a couple of months, you know, we might approve this. That's why she said, you know, I don't have a couple of months, you know, that she needed the job right away. So,
Thank you, Alderman. Any other discussion?
Mayor Devine, just a point
Alderman.
of clarification, a vote yes is for denial, and a vote no would be for not denial, and then a motion would have to be made to approve.
The motion before us is to deny. Any other discussion?
Point of order.
Alderman May.
Can an alderman make a motion to deny and then go against their own motion?
I
There have been no amendments to
I
it?
didn't make the motion.
Absolutely.
You can. Okay. Thank you.
For adoption.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman
As
Lysick.
a point of clarification for Alderman May, a committee chairman is bound to make a motion, whatever committee action is, regardless of how he voted or intends to vote.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion on the motion to deny? Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Reinke.
No.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
No.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
No.
Lysick.
No.
May.
Aye.
5 in favor, 4 opposed.
Okay, the motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have the Advisory Committee. Alderman Reinke.
You're divine.
Well, I tried to help you. I vote for it.
I direct the council's attention to items number 45 and 46 on tonight's agenda, 2 new appointments to the Capital Improvement Committee that were approved. I move for their approval. Mayor Devine.
Second.
There is a motion with a second by Alderman May. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Reinke.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
That's all, Mayor Devine.
Thank you very much.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we stand in adjournment until our next regularly scheduled meeting at 7 PM Tuesday, April 1st.
Election day.
Second.
There's a motion and a second by Alderman Reinke. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.